Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be discussing the rules for a challenge I started a few months ago and quit on. Um, so yeah, and the rules will be in the description also, but I'll explain them here. To give context, I did a challenge a few months ago called the Superior Spider-Man Challenge, where I would play the Spider-Man games, all three of them, and DLC, and I would have like a few challenges added on that would make it hard because in my opinion these games are pretty easy compared to most games. So I want to see if I can make it harder. And one of the rules have changed, but most of the rules are the same as the short I made, but I want to go over the rules again just in case and have it all in one place. So the first rule is I cannot use throwables. Throwables, for some reason, are just OP as fuck. They are like way too OP in my opinion. Especially because like in the first boss fight in the first game, if you throw every throwable at Fisk in each room, all you have to do is web him up after and hit him a few times, and you go on to the next phase. And then the second one, you complete the boss fight. It's like it makes things way too easy. That also counts for interacting with stuff too. What I mean is specifically like the bell from the portion where you fight Miles or fight Peter as Miles. Like I can't interact with that because I feel like that would be also too OP. Anyway, the second rule is I can only use regular webs. Now obviously this is not possible in the first game, but I mean first of all, most of these challenges are more towards the combat, but also I mean obviously it's self-explanatory that if I'm forced to do it, it won't count against me. Like, if I'm forced to break any of these rules, it won't count against me. Like, I try to pick out these rules that I can, follow, but also, like, aren't, like... I'm not trying to make rules that are, like, oh, you can't use stealth, because that's pretty much a big portion of the game, I feel like. So, like, if I'm going to have a rule, it's going to be something I can do for, like, majority of the game, and not something that is, like, you will have to do this throughout the game for sure. So, yeah. So only regular webs, can't use any other gadgets, can't use any other things. The next rule is I can, and this applies to the first game, the DLC, and Miles Morales. I can only use a full focus bar to heal. So I can't just like have like half a focus bar and then heal. I have to wait until I have a full focus bar because I love that they did that for Spider-Man 2. I think it makes it more challenging. And, I mean, yeah, it just makes it more challenging, personally. The next rule is, it has to be ultimate difficulty. Obviously. I think that's a given, but I have to play it on ultimate difficulty. The next rule is, I can't use the camouflage. So, Miles' camouflage is off the table. Can't use it. The next rule is, I can't use finishers. There's no real reason for me to be like, oh, I can't use them, but I just have the rule there because I probably won't need to, and plus most of my focus is probably going to go into healing anyway. But yeah, no finishers. The next rule is I can't use suit mods or powers, which again applies to the first game, the DLC, and Miles Morales. Can't use any suit mods or powers because, I mean, again, it just makes it way too easy. The next rule is no venom power, which is specifically what applies to Miles Morales. Now, obviously, there are going to be situations where I can use them, or where I'm going to have to use them, like the Rhino boss fights. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to. I mean, I'll test it out. Because I'm going to test out some of the boss fights to see if I can maybe avoid trying to use it, but I doubt I will. But this is more so I'm going to try not to. I know it's going to be very hard for Miles Morales in particular, but in like your ordinary combat situations, I can't use Venom. The Rhino boss fights might be like the only exception, because obviously I'm going to have to. But I'll play it today and see if I can maybe try to not do that, just as like a test run. The next one is I cannot use abilities. This is the Spider-Man 2 thing. Can't use abilities because game easier if you use them, so I'm just not going to. Now here's where the rules get a little bit more tighter. The next rule is I cannot spend skill points. Obviously in Spider-Man 2 you have to, the first one, but funnily enough, it doesn't fucking affect the game because it's an ability, and I don't use abilities anyway, so can't use abilities anyway, but yeah, no skill points. I don't know if you can skip Miles's skill point. I know you can skip the first games, so you don't have to get any, but I don't know about Miles Morales. But yeah, I can't get any skill points. Ooh. Ooh. That's tricky because Miles Morales does have those. I just realized that. Alright, well, I'll come to that bridge when we get there, but most likely what's going to happen is I'm going to do those challenges last or something, because I just realized that the challenges in Miles Morales do give skill points. I'd have to look over the skill points because maybe some of them are just not, but like I'll probably just do them last, so that way I don't have to worry about them. But yeah, I just remember that. Okay, so the next challenge would be I have to 100% each game. And what determines 100% is when I open the map, if it says in the bottom left corner 100%, then I have 100% the game. And I can move on to the next thing. Pretty simple. That's pretty much the rules for this, and I'll put them in the description again. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.